GHB TV. What's poppin'? What's going on? We're going to let the room fill up a little bit, y'all. But we done. I'm telling y'all right now, we done with all the nonsense. I ain't going back and forth. We moving on. It's Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga, fight week. So we're going to go into it strong, man. We're going to really break it down. We're going to really try to understand what's going on. See if we can call these fights. I'm going to try to be fair but firm. I'm just here to let you know how I see it. Appreciate all those who are on their way. I appreciate everybody that will tap in. Appreciate everybody that will participate. We just here to talk boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want no trouble with nobody. I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to have nobody get hurt due to some shit that I said on the internet. Because it's just, I don't know. A lot of people be like really gang warring on these joints. I don't want no trouble, y'all. I'm sorry. Bobby 203 was popping. Was good. Our money was popping. What's the deal? We trying to let them fill in, y'all. That's all we doing. But just let me know how y'all feeling. Bolo was cracking. Talk to me. I went on a regular live, y'all. I'm trying to see something because I think they playing with my numbers. So I said, let me fuck with the regular live and see what happened. Because I feel like every time I get on the StreamYard, they get to playing with my numbers. I don't like that. Shit had me thinking funny. I ain't trying to really go there. Shit start fucking with my mental health. You feel me? What's going on? I said, what's going on? Let me know something, though. Sunday night, NFL's popped off fully. Buffalo Bills did what they were supposed to do. Yeah. Y'all keep playing with my nigga Josh Allen. You see what he did. 2 touchdown passes and ran for 2. Stop playing with me. Play with somebody else. Yeah, we starting the season off right. Bang, what up? Yeah, we gonna get it going. He said the sorry ass Buffalo Bills see you Thursday night. Thursday it is, my nigga. You already know we bringing full force. We not playing with nobody this season. I'm telling you, we not playing with nobody. I don't give a fuck who it is. It's pressure all season. Let me know if y'all can hear me clear, man. What's going on? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm Greg Hackett. If you didn't already know that. I mean, you might know me from boxing. You might know me from, coming out the back of your baby mom crib. I don't know. But we here. Talk to me. Hit that like button on the way in or on the way out. We ain't going to rush you. Like my man Bang say, we love the love, man. So keep it coming. You feel me? I don't want no trouble with nobody. We going to have some fun tonight. We're going to try to figure this card out. I'm going to talk about the top 4 fights. Top 4 fights being Stephen Fulton and Carlos Castro. And we got Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumby. And we got Erislandy Lara, Danny Garcia. And then we got the main event, Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga. You know what I mean? So we're gonna just break it down. Where the grandma's at. You already know, man. They somewhere close with the move on. But that defense allows too many points. What y'all talking about? We here. My man said, can we get a perfect? You feel me? That's for all those who get out of line. You know what I mean? You got to go upside their head with a perfect. What you think about Tevin Farmer, Williams, and Pater? I ain't going to talk about that yet. I heard something about that, but I ain't. Is that already signed and sealed? Or you talking about the Eagles defense? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. Y'all want to start? Y'all want to start at the bottom or y'all want to start at the top? Y'all want to start with Fulton and Castro or y'all want to start with Alvarez and Berlanga? You know what I mean? We gonna bust this thing down and see if we can get some clarity. Greetings, Greg. What's your favorite Mexican food? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, right? Max Santana, what's poppin'? I appreciate the donation. I ain't gonna lie. So one time I was out Cali, right? And I pulled up to this Mexican truck. Of course, the tacos was booming. I mean, I had the tacos. Tacos was crazy, right? From a truck. But they made this meal. It was like some street shit. Like it was like they just threw. I know they threw French fries in there, cheese. It was a bunch of shit, but the shit was good. I don't know what you call it. It was all this shit together. And I know French fries ain't really like a Mexican meal, but like, I don't know how they did it, bro. It was some shit they put together, but that shit tastes crazy. I said, yo, or maybe I was drunk. I don't know. All right, they say start from the bottom and work up. All right, so look, we got Steven Cool Boy Fulton, 21-1, 8 knockouts against Carlos Castro. Carlos Castro's 30-2 with 14 knockouts and been stopped once. Cool Boy's been stopped once, as we know by Inoue. You know what I mean? And we haven't seen Cool Boy since the Inoue fight. So that's really the big question mark that's being hung over our heads. You feel me? We want to know what Cool Boy is going to do and what he's going to look like. Now, what I like about this fight is Cool Boy could have easily took a lesser fight. A lot of y'all might not know Carlos Castro, but he's only lost to Figueroa and Luis Neri. You know what I'm saying? And I believe he got stopped by Figueroa and he went the distance with Neri. Neri's tough southpaw. You know what I mean? That it also took a loss to Inoue, you know what I mean? But knocked Inoue down early in the fight. You know what I mean? Tough guy. So Carlos Castro, after checking him out, he the type of fighter, he going to do what you want to do. If you want to fight that night, he going to fight. If you want to box that night, he'll box you. A little bit of pressure put on here and there. He got good size to him, fighting at 126 pounds. He's not the biggest guy, but, you know what I mean? He got good size to him. Cool Boy, on the other hand, we already know Cool Boy. We know what he's hitting for. We've seen him in there with some of the best in the world. He's beat some of the best in the world, or a lot of the best in the world, because he was beating up his whole weight class at 122 pounds. Took a tough loss to Inoue, but, you know what I mean, got back in the lab, took some time getting back, but he's back now. And like I said, could have took an easier fight. But what I'm really intrigued to see is if Cool Boy going to do what he do normally, which is go out there, make it a dog fight, and beat you up, or try to, box a little more. I know that he's been training with Bozy Ennis and the squad, Bozy's team up there, the dungeon. So I'm looking to see if it's a little bit of adjustments being made. Carlos Castro is the perfect opponent because he's perfect at 126 pounds because he could put Cool Boy right back in the races. You know what I mean? This is not an easy fight. Anybody that try to say this is an easy fight is out of their mind. This is a great fight, actually, for Cool Boy and for Castro. You know what I mean? Both will gain a lot of notoriety from this fight. You know what I'm saying? Both guys will be put right back in the races at 126 pounds. I like this fight. Who am I picking? I'm not going to lie. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 because this is Cool Boy's first time at 126 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see what he feeling like at the weight class. At the same time, we got to see where his mindset is. At the same time, we got to see what his style is looking like. I didn't get to see him spar or nothing like that for this camp. I mean, but not saying that would make a difference. But I think it's going to be a great fight. I think this is one of the fights that we sleeping on the card and not understanding that this is a real fight. You know what I mean? A lot of people try to run down on Cool Boy for the loss to Inoue, but it happens to the best of them. You know what I mean? We know that. If you fighting real fights in this game, you're going to take a loss. And not only did he take a loss, but he took a big risk going over to Japan. A lot of people not going to do that. You know what I mean? They're not going to go to another country to defend their titles. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for Cool Boy and what he did. And I'm just hoping to see him get back on his high horse. You know what I mean? In order for him to do that, I think if he box Castro for at least 5-6 rounds, you know what I mean, get him hooked on, I think he can win the fight. But if he allowed Castro to get comfortable, allow Castro to land some combinations and things like that, it could be a rough fight for him. You know what I mean? But this is one of them fights I think on the card that we really have to pay close attention to because it's going to be a better fight than what we think. You know what I mean? For sure, I'm getting those vibes. Kambosos called out Tank. I think that's a good fight. And we'll talk about that another time. I'm sorry about that. But again, I mean, what y'all think? Cool Boy versus Castro. Let me know. Castro is a tough dog fighter. But I see unanimous decision for Scooter. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Cool Boy at the end of the day, he's the all-around better fighter in this situation, but it's a good fight. It's not one of those, I'm coming back and I'm just fighting anybody. You fighting a guy who's maybe at 126 pounds, maybe like a B-plus type of fighter. I mean, he's not the cream of the crop, but, you know what I mean, he one of them guys. He tough. You know what I mean? He going to challenge you. It's not going to be easy. So I think this is one of them fights we definitely got to pay attention to that night. If y'all want to move forward, we can move forward. Or do y'all want to talk about it some more? Let me know. Cool Boy will control distance and put hands on Castro. I feel you. I think Cool Boy might pull it off too, but I'm calling it a 50-50 only because this Cool Boy first fight at 126 pounds. So I'm just intrigued to see what he look like. You feel me? Appreciate everybody that's tapping in, man. Make sure you hit the like button when you slide in. Second, Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumby. Caleb Plant 22-2, 13 knockouts. Trevor McCumby 28-0, 21 knockouts. This is also a sleeper. What does Cool Boy need to do different since fight anyway? I think he need to really just trust his boxing. I think if Cool Boy trusts his boxing ability, he'll be good. The thing is, he's not fighting anyway. You know what I mean? He's fighting a different fighter. Every fight is going to be different. Every game plan is going to be different. With this guy, I think he should box, you know what I mean, and pick his shots and take his time. But, you know what I mean, we can only go off the last fight. And I think with the last fight, I think really the difference was anyway wasn't giving Cool Boy the time to set and really do what he wanted to do. Anyway, he has very quick feet, very quick hands, you know what I'm saying, good power. So, you know, you're not in there with that guy. But I think what he need to add to his game is, you know, being comfortable with his boxing. You know what I mean? Being comfortable with his boxing. Back to Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumby. This is a fight, I think, that is possibly my favorite fight on the card. The reason being, I said it before, Trevor McCumby is a no-nonsense type of fighter. But let's just be honest. He's never been in there with anything close to a Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is definitely the better boxer, sharper. You know what I mean? But McCumby has the power on his side. McCumby's the bigger puncher. I mean, as far as records go. As far as records go, McCumby's the bigger puncher, strong guy, and he going to be putting on pressure. You know what I mean? Coming to fight. And the fact that, like I said this before, the fact that it's two white guys fighting, oh, there will be bloodshed. Like I said before, if you ain't never seen two white boys fight, you in for a treat. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's going to be a great fight. I think Trevor McCumby, his biggest thing is he'll have to pace himself. If he don't pace himself, I feel like he'll wear out and run into a shot. Caleb Plant might possibly stop him. But if his style is a little too overwhelming for Caleb Plant, could go the other way. Now, because he hasn't been in there, McCumby, I mean, hasn't been in there with the caliber of a Caleb Plant, I don't really know how big his punch is. You know what I mean? I can't really say how hard he really punches because we haven't seen him in there with the higher caliber guys. Why that makes a difference is because when you're in there with the higher caliber guys, they in better shape and they can usually take more. So, you know what I mean? But we seen Caleb Plant put out some you know, some good guys, some guys that's been to the top. We seen him put them out. So Caleb Plant is very sneaky, really good style, got a really good corner. You know what I'm saying? And we know what he bringing to the table. He's real sharp, take his time, pick his shots. Trevor McCumby more like a warlord. You know what I'm saying? He just want to get to you and get to it. You know what I mean? Make something happen. You feel me? Really good fight though. I think that might be that might steal the card. You know what I'm saying? That might steal the fight of the night. You know what I mean? That's a great fight to me. Speaking from a fan's perspective, I think that is a great fight. Trevor McCumby and Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? Um, if I had to pick though, I would pick Caleb Plant by points. Picking Caleb Plant by points because when it comes to the higher level, more experience, Caleb Plant tough, man. He's only lost to Benavidez and only lost to Canelo Alvarez. I'm not saying losses are good, but if you're gonna take a loss, taking a loss to Benavidez or Edgar, Canelo Alvarez ain't so bad because they two of the best in the business and two of the best at 168. You know what I mean? McCumby seems explosive. Yeah, that's what I saw from him too. You know what I mean? Benavidez and Canelo, different kind of pressure. Real shit. Real shit. And that's why I think Caleb Plant will definitely win the fight because he's been in there with better fighters. But you can't overlook guys, especially in boxing. You can't overlook guys because that'll be the night you get your ass handed to you. So I'm looking for a real sharp, real composed Caleb Plant. I'm looking for him to really be on his shit. You know what I mean? Come out there and perform. I think it's going to be a great fight. Erislandy Lara, 30-3 with 3 draws. Versus Danny Swift Garcia, 37-3. You know what I mean? I believe Danny got 21 knockouts and Erislandy Lara has 18 knockouts. This is going to be an interesting fight. We all know Danny Garcia hasn't been in the ring 2 years, I think. It'll be like right around 2 years when they get in the ring. Erislandy Lara has been putting dudes out. I mean, if we being honest, he been knocking dudes out with that left hand, man. But setting up that left hand. I feel like Danny got to apply some pressure, you know what I mean? But also apply pressure with some punches. Not just one, not just two. He going to have to throw 3 or 4 punches to really get the respect of Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara is one of them guys who could pick you apart. He could pick you apart if you a little indecisive and you acting like you don't know what you want to do or how you want to go about it. He's one of them guys that can make you pay for that. Make you pay for your mistakes. So I'm really interested in to see what happens with that fight as well. You know what I mean? After looking at the first 3 fights that I just named, I think this is a pretty good card. You know what I mean? We was focused on Berlanga and Alvarez, and we like, man, we don't want to see that fight. But the undercard, I love the undercard. You know what I mean? Lara definitely got some power. Like I say, been knocking dudes out. Been clipping these dudes. You know what I mean? But Father Time may catch up with Lara. Even though he's not in there with a young man, he's in there with a man younger than him that still has a lot of steam left. So, I mean, we going to see. It's a great fight. Danny definitely has proven in the past that he has a really good chin. So, I'm really intrigued to see what happens with this fight. You know what I mean? Real good fight. I feel like Danny, in order to steal this fight, in order to win it, he can't look for the knockout. Got to just get his hands off. You know what I mean? Go up on points, especially the early rounds. Steal them early rounds. I mean, for Lara, he got to be a hell of a boxer. You know what I mean? Working behind his jab, taking his time, picking his shots with that left hand. You know what I mean? That's also going to be a great fight. Last but not least, Canelo Alvarez, 61-2-2. A veteran of 65 fights and 39 knockouts. Edgar Berlanga, 22-0, 17 knockouts. Listen, Berlanga promising us a show. I've been watching Berlanga on his YouTube channel. He put up a couple videos of him preparing, and I ain't gonna lie, look like he having a solid camp. I don't know who he's sparring to get him ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he been looking like, but the work he been putting in look real solid. You know what I mean? Been getting in real good shape. And it looks like he understands the assignment. It looks like he, you know what I mean, he's respecting Canelo Alvarez to the point where he going to train his ass off and then, you know, and come in there and try to change the narrative. a win for Berlanga would be great for him, amazing for him, and then also a win for Berlanga would be crazy for the game. You know what I'm saying? But to be totally honest, I think Canelo Alvarez is just too experienced. You know what I mean? I think Canelo Alvarez has been in there with so many fighters at a high level. It's like a fight like this is like, yeah, I'm want to train for it. I'm gonna do my thing, but I really just want to get in there and hurt you because you ain't on my level. That's the vibe I'm getting from Canelo. I'm trying not. Auntie, I'm sorry. She said, "Don't start that yawning shit." I'm trying not to. I'm woke though. I'm here. If Berlanga wins, do we still want to see Canelo and Benavidez? If Berlanga wins, then I want to see Berlanga and Benavidez, or Berlanga and Plant, or Berlanga and Charlo. It's a lot of fights out there for Berlanga. You know what I mean? But Berlanga got his hands full. He got his hands full, if we being honest. You know what I mean? We got to be totally honest. This is one of them life-changing fights. And I'm going to keep it real. I also feel like if he beat Canelo, it's going to automatically be a rematch. It's going to automatically be a rematch. But this is the question. Do we think we think he really got enough to beat Canelo? Do he know enough? Is there enough experience there? You know what I mean? What do we really think about this fight? I told you what I think. I think Canelo go in there and have it his way. Canelo been in there with too many guys. You know what I mean? To get in there and act like he don't understand what's going on with Berlanga. At the same time, how big is Berlanga's punch? You know what I mean? Because we know he went on I believe it was like a 16-fight streak where he knocked guys out all in the first round. And I know those guys aren't a Canelo Alvarez or even close, but he still did knock him out. So what do we think? Does he have a big enough punch to get Canelo to respect him? He said he got to go out there and try to use Bivol's blueprint. Now, here's the thing with Bivol. Bivol was a lot bigger guy. You know what I mean? And that fight was at 175 pounds. Do you think I said Bernello. I'm tripping. Do you think Berlanga can pull that off at 168 pounds? I mean, because let's be fair. Let's be honest. Canelo Alvarez is the best at 168. He is the guy. I see a lot of people say they betting on Edgar Berlanga for the upset. I'm not mad because them odds is crazy. RN says, I like Berlanga, but that bite was crazy. So a lot of people don't know. A few fights back, Edgar Berlanga, I think he was getting in some trouble inside the ring, and he ended up biting the guy on the shoulder. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if anybody explained it. I don't know if he talked about it, but that was crazy. And it shows a little bit of lack of control. You know what I mean? So will that play a major part in this fight with Canelo Alvarez? The discipline and control. If he doesn't have that, does he get knocked out or does it go the distance? That's my question. You know what I mean? Do y'all believe that Canelo Alvarez will stop Edgar Berlanga or beat him on the points? Or do y'all believe Edgar Berlanga will go in there and make something happen? You know, y'all talking about pause and shit. Oh, yeah, that definitely was a pause. That's crazy. Holyfield was headbutting, but I don't know why Berlanga bit dude. Canelo said he's stopping him in the 8th. Damn. He calling a stoppage. Berlanga is going to get KO'd. Damn. So y'all think Edgar Berlanga going in there to get knocked out? He don't even got a chance. That's crazy. I mean, it could happen. That's the game. It's the game we in. Canelo Alvarez is dangerous. Big puncher. And he said he won't have any sympathy. I'm sorry about that. Sympathy for Edgar Berlanga. So what that means is if I see you in trouble, champ, I'm getting you up out of here. But let's talk about it. What if Edgar Berlanga did go in there and stop Canelo Alvarez? What would that do for boxing? Puncher's chance, but Berlanga's IQ is too low. Press the pace and use the athleticism. I ain't mad at that. What did you think about Bivol? Ex-wife say just curious. I ain't hear what his ex-wife said. Matter of fact, I think I did. I don't know. She said he got a little big headed or something after the money. I think that's what I heard her say. I mean, what that means to me, he told her, go ahead. Skeet on for you get peed on. When I piss, I don't miss. That's what I heard he told her. He probably caught her, he probably caught her stealing out his pockets when he was asleep on some Debo shit. I mean, you just never know with these situations. You know what I mean? I don't know. He probably sent her on her way like, I ain't got nothing for you. Probably caught her cheating or something. She mad, so she want to talk shit. I don't know. Who knows, man? That's why I be telling y'all all the time. Y'all gotta be careful with them white women. I ain't saying you can't mess with them, but you gotta be careful. Gotta keep your head on the swivel. Berlanga going down in 3-4 rounds, though. Gotta remember that. Yeah, you say he getting stopped in 3 or 4, or he just getting knocked down in 3 or 4 rounds. That'd be crazy. Berlanga better bite down hard. I mean, I believe he getting ready, though. He in camp. He look like he having a pretty good camp. You know what I mean? He look like he getting in better shape, getting stronger. You know what I mean? We gonna see. We gonna see if he really ready for this level. Now, let's say let's say Edgar Berlanga makes it to the final bell and he gives Canelo a run for his money to the point where they taking slow with the scorecards, taking their time with the scorecards. What does that mean for Edgar Berlanga's career? Or you saying he going into the fight down 3 or 4 rounds? Yeah. 12-round fight with Canelo, you definitely down 4-0 from the very beginning. I ain't gonna lie. What about Latina women? I never had too much experience with Latina women, but from what I hear, you got to keep the knives like hidden. You gotta put them joints like in the backyard or some shit. No, white women is different, bro. White women is different level, bro. Don't matter. It's like losing to Floyd. Yeah, but I'm saying, RN, does it give him some type of credibility to the point where it's like, all right, he might not have won the fight, but shit, he on this level. He on top level. I mean, he could handle it. He could be in there with Caleb Plant or somebody like that. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes guys get better after a loss. Just like Canelo got better after he lost to Floyd. Do you think it's one of those type of situations? Plant get tired at the first half. Berlanga just got to have full tank gas and outland Canelo. If he goes all the way, yeah, if he go all the way. Look at Munguia, for example. What did it do for him? Munguia, I believe Munguia learned a lot about himself in that fight. I mean, when you take a loss to a great fighter, it lets you know the things you got to work on. Instead of going home with your head held down and pouting and shit, you get to really see what's going on and understand what it is you got to do more of. He said, for sure, bro. Just black and Latino, I'm going to stick to. For sure. He the biggest puncher Canelo facing. You think Edgar Berlanga is the biggest puncher that Canelo has faced in a while? You think so? The keys to victory for me, for Canelo Alvarez, is for Canelo Alvarez to be himself. So go in there, work off the jab, put pressure to the body. You know what I mean? Just beat him up like how you do. For Berlanga need to get off and get off early. And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think he'll knock Canelo out. So he's gonna have to keep it up all night. GGG got power, but not one punch KO power like Berlanga. So even though Berlanga, his last 5 fights, he haven't got a knockout, things like that, or maybe the last 3, he haven't got a knockout. You think he's still the biggest puncher that Canelo has faced? Buddha said another exhibition fight for Canelo. Shaking my damn head. Berlanga got to bully that man physically. I agree. Berlanga mistake going to be coming forward. So you saying if Berlanga try to step to Canelo, that's where he fuck up at? He just got a knockout. Oh, all right. Well, all right. Maybe his last fight he got a knockout. But do y'all think he one of the biggest punchers that Canelo has seen? I feel like this is the perfect night for, like, if Berlanga get a knockout. Remember when he was with Top Rank and he jumped up on the ropes and he said, "I'm a fucking monster." I think that'd be perfect for this fight. If he beat Canelo Alvarez, especially by a knockout, I think that line would be perfect. I think this would be a perfect time he get up on him. "I'm a fucking monster." You know what I mean? Yeah, I believe $20 pay-per-views will bring more people to the sport. $20 is like $5 now in today's time, so it's starting to make sense. Triple G was the biggest puncher. You think? Yo, Greg, bro, blessings. I appreciate that. Kareem Henry, appreciate the love. What's going on? How y'all feeling? Talk to me. It's fight week, y'all. We going into fight week. What y'all think? Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumby, Stephen Fulton, Carlos Castro, Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga. Yeah, it's going down. PBC the situation, y'all. Greg, who has Canelo fought to be mentioned with the mention with the greats? Shit, I would say Shane Mosley. I would say Lara. I would say Floyd. I would say Bivol, Kovalev. I would say Triple G. I would say he got some names. Cotto. He fought Cotto before. I mean, he got a lot of fights on his record, man. We talking about a man with 65 fights. Got a lot of fights, bro. Yeah, Danny ain't been in the ring in about 2 years, but he definitely ready. Should be a great fight. No, he definitely got a Hall of Fame resume. Think T.O. got a chance with Tank? Yeah, I do. I think he got a chance. I don't know if he'll beat him, but I think he got a chance. Strategically picked fights, but Hall of Fame resume regardless. True. You think Danny still got it? I think he do. I don't think Danny gonna have the biggest punch fighting at 160, but I think he gonna be strong. I seen Danny media day. He looked good and strong, sturdy. Millionaire Lid, I appreciate that, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the love. I really do. We got 184 people in here, 76 likes. Let's try to even that out a little bit. Donations looking all right, man. We're looking like we can get a soda and some chips real quick. If somebody could do this for me, put my Cash App up here. GregieCash, GREGIE Cash. Appreciate the love. All donations going to the all new black on black Cybertruck. I need that. I need the Cybertruck, y'all. I'm not going to drive it, though. I'm going to just sit it outside. all right, this is what I'm going to do, right? In a couple minutes, I'm going to end this live. And I'm going to come back with the StreamYard so I can bring people in. I mean, I want y'all to talk y'all shit. We're gonna talk about these same 4 fights. Stephen Fulton, Carlos Castro, Caleb Plant, Trevor McCumby, Erislandy Lara, Danny Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga. You know what I mean? So when I end this live, look for me within another 5 or 10 minutes. I'm coming right back with the StreamYard, and we're gonna talk some more boxing. Greg, here you go with the ugly ass Cybertruck. Come on, man. Why y'all don't like the Cybertruck, man? Why y'all don't fuck with the Cybertruck, man? What's going on, man? Mr. AMG, Canelo lost into the story, Floyd. This might put some air in the Cybertruck tire. I appreciate the love, 2 cents. He sent me some air for the tire. I like that. I like the way you thinking. Anybody want to send direct donations, man? I appreciate that. GregieCash, GREGIE Cash on Cash App. And if you got Apple Pay, I'll give you my number. I'm talking shit. Perfect. Fuck wrong with y'all? What's going on? We here, y'all. The trenches is here. We making it happen. Sunday night, we talking boxing. He said you could buy a couple houses instead of a Cybertruck. Right, that Cybertruck look like a robot. Shit it out. He said this Cybertruck looked like a robot. Shitted it out. That's crazy. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, listen. I'm about to come right back. I'm going to end this live. I'm going to come right back on the StreamYard. We're going to be talking about the same fights. You know what I mean? But I'm going to let the people talk. I want to hear y'all opinions and what y'all really think. You know what I mean? Let's try to stay on track because I'm trying to keep it about this fight. I mean, this fight card for the week. You feel me? Southpaw TV, what's up, you bitch ass nigga? How you feeling, man? I hope that Jerry curl still hanging on you, nut. You creep. Hey, Southpaw TV, I'm about to come right back on StreamYard. Come through. Come fuck with me. You feel me? Come holler at me. You keep talking about Sunday. You already know what we putting together. Stop that, man. You talk to Najee, man. Najee's the promoter over at Cigar Talk, man. Don't get crazy. All right, I'll be right back on StreamYard, y'all. Make sure y'all look for the notification. If not, just check in with GBTV in about another 5 minutes. I'll be right back. It's a certain individual from Chicago. I don't even know if he's really from Chicago. But I can already tell by looking at him, he's not cut like that, bro.